So I'll click create spreadsheet. So this will download an Excel sheet where we can fill the details.
So likewise, we can give any number of combination and load the budget, right?
Yeah, yes,
Account
correct.
combination.
Yeah. Maybe the account code is different, I think. Let me check once.
Do you need to give the full combination or only the account you have to give?
This is only for account, I mean, only for the account segment because we have enabled only for this segment. So maybe the
Okay.
value that I have entered is not available, I guess, because this I
Okay.
have created freshly.
Okay. Maybe 23230 may not be there.
Yeah, so I'll take maybe the other account 2378. Let me download the sheet again. So I don't know what is on here.
You will not be able to find any error message or error logs. Wait, is still
Yeah, log actually we will see something like this that a high level message. We will not see the detailed log for our upload basically. So we have to figure this thing. So it will just say that import amount as entered failed. So it will just give a high level picture. It will not give the entire log for us. So I'll download a new new spreadsheet and maybe we can check. Okay, this is processed. So maybe we can check an application. Yeah, so the values has been loaded. So I think there is an issue with the sheet what we have used actually. So I have downloaded a fresh sheet and I have loaded it. So now we could see the values has been loaded. So if you see here, it will tell us the budget entry date and it will tell us the entire budget allocation for this particular budget. And if you wanted to drill down, we can click this budget entry name. So from here, we can see the detailed things like for a period.
okay. So budget has been loaded now. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So maybe we will try to create an journal entry and we will see like how system is restricting.
Okay. Only with this account it will restrict, right?
Yeah, yes, correct.
Yeah, just try to create one more than what we have allocated for a period.
Yeah, yeah. So, so I'll just save and I'll check for the fund check.
I mean, do you need to check the fund, or do you need to go to fund check and check it, or directly if you try to post it will throw another?
Yeah, directly also we can check if there are no funds. Basically, system will not allow. I think I have taken the lesser amount. I believe. Let me check.
Can you just close this?
Yeah,
Yeah, come down, please. The problem is you have used debit of accounts payable. Accounts payable is credit and debit of cash.
yeah. Correct. So
No,
this
no,
is
no, no. Sorry. Cash will be, yeah, credit will be the liability, and expense line will be the debit side. So how you are passing the entry ideally?
so it is like cash to this one. I think I get this in debit column. Okay, let me take another entry.
So yeah, correct. Cash should be credit and expense should be debit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is fine.
it is like paying out to vendor or something.
Yeah, so this is kind of yeah, this is the entry. Maybe you have to keep
Yeah, I have to keep it on credit side, but by mistake I posted in debit actually. Yeah, so basically the issue is that I have kept in the wrong side of account, so that is why it has increased by itself.
yeah.
Yeah, so if we see here, since we have selected so basically we saw that there are multiple ways of restricting our budget or controlling our budget. So we have advisory and we have absolute and then we have track and the other things. So what we have selected is that absolute. So basically absolute will not allow us to cross our budget limit. So that is the reason it is throwing us the error that insufficient fund. So unless
Mhm.
we add the balances for this budget, we will not be able to pass this particular journal entry. But in case of the advisory system will just give the warning, but still we will be able to post this particular journal entry. So basically, we can enable this particular transaction at both the GL level, also the AP level. That is the subledger business unit level. Also, we can enable it. So maybe
To
what we
enable
can
it
do.
at the unit level, what you have to do?
So for business unit level, basically we will configure our business unit and we will see that how we will restrict the entries at subledger level.
Okay. Yeah, can you try to post this one? We will see whether it is
Yeah,
posted or
yeah,
not.
fine. Yeah.
Or try, yeah. I think it failed warning. It has thrown
Yeah.
warning.
It will tell us that budgetary control failed for this batch.
Mm.
So this will be in unposted status, basically in error. So maybe we can check with the subledger also.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
check with separate also.
yeah, okay. So this is the navigation to create a business unit. Basically, we will take from finance. From finance, we will take common application configuration. From there, define business unit. So I'll just click add and I'll add this particular business unit. So here we have reference data set. So when we are seeing on the initial class, we saw that we have a new concept in Fusion that is reference data set. So the reference data set is something that it will allow us to have a restriction to have a particular setup only to a particular business unit, or if you want to share it, maybe it will allow us to share only to a specific limit or to have a control on our setup. So I'll
Yeah, last
just
time you told now it's something like a data access. It you were saying.
correct. Yeah, yeah, for the setup level. So like for customer
Okay.
also, if we wanted to create, we cannot use our common. So there are two things. One is our own reference data set, and the other is common, which was given by Oracle. So if we wanted to use common, common will be attached with most of the setups that was given by Oracle. But for customer and these things, will not be able to attach the common. We will have to have our own reference data set to
Own reference data set at BU level or company level, like on enterprise level.
no, it is at BU level.
So every BU should have a reference data set, then only you can create a customer or supplier, correct?
Yes, correct.
Something like an org unit, when we create a supplier site in EBS R12,
Yeah,
we can create supplier site at an org unit level.
yeah,
Same way to restrict that, we are having this reference set at the BU level. Is that
yeah,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I have just given name as KKBU and I'm just saving it. So we have attached the KKRDS that we have created. So now that we have created the business unit, but to inform the system that which ledger will be attached with this particular business unit, we will have to assign the business unit functions. So that is from here, we will assign what are the functions this particular business unit will have. So I'll just select this created business unit. So here, if you see, we have the ledger. So let's say KK ledger. And in our case, we have actually only one legal entity. So if we have multiple legal entity, then maybe we can select from this list. Since we have only one, we will not have other options. So we can default our legal entity and we can have our primary ledger. So below this, we will have our business unit thing, and under that, we will have specific functions that this particular business unit can perform. So I'll just select the AP and AR part for now. So I have selected a few functions for this business unit so that we can create the invoice and check this one. I'll just give access to this view. I think I didn't add a role to this user. Okay, let me give this at a later point maybe. So this is what I was saying, the invoice processing. Like if you take an image of the particular invoice, and Oracle will basically give us a default email ID where we will send this scanned or pictured invoice copy. So this invoice copy will be converted into our invoice transaction where we will use the concurrent program to import it. So since we don't have the access for Oracle email ID, we will not be able to do it. But this is the navigation that we will do basically. We will define the automated invoice processing configuration. So basically, we will
This will
configure.
take that OCR and upload the, using OCR, it will scan the image and then upload the invoice, right?
Yeah, yes, yes, correct. That is the option. Yeah, that is the functionality.
Okay.
So we have different payment terms basically. So what I'll do is I'll take immediate and I'll just show like how this reference data set will work. So if you see here, we have all setups already in place. And if you see here, this is the common set which was given by Oracle. So apart from this, all are created by different users for their this thing. But this is the one which was given by Oracle. So when we have a new fresh instance, we will see this option that is common set. But with this common set, we will not be able to create the customer. So for those cases, we will need our own reference data. So since we have created our reference data set, we will just attach this.
For example, if I am creating 10 views, then I need to create a 10 different reference sets, right? To
Yeah,
create
yes,
customer.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
Because this is nothing but our or we call the business unit. So basically we are just attaching the business unit, but instead we have this reference data set that we are attaching with the our setup part. That is the payment terms or the customer.
Okay. So it is only to create payment terms customers, right?
No, this actually we will use more actually. I'll just show like wherever we are using it. I'll just show this part. But we will use
Like in a high level, what you can say, payment terms, customer, supplier, then transaction batch, transaction source, all those spaces we can use.
yeah, like even if we take our AR transaction type, even there we will use this reference data set. So when
Okay.
we are making this transaction, so basically system will take this reference data set as a first point. So after this, we will select our transaction type and the other
I
details.
believe then this is something like an OU concept. This reference set is nothing but an OU concept.
Yeah,
What we
similar
have.
to OU concept. Only thing is that we are attaching OU with this thing. Like if
Yeah,
you
correct,
see the
correct.
difference between the R12 and this thing, like when we are speaking about the role-based access control, so the difference between R12 and Fusion is that in R12 we have something like the responsibility. So the menus are attached with our responsibility and responsibility is attached to user. So similarly, here if you see, we are attaching directly the operating unit to the particular profile or whatever the option we have in EBS. But here, if you see, we are creating a business unit and we are attaching this business unit to a reference data set and we are attaching this with the particular setup, the reference data set.
So one second. So in case I wanted to give access for an accounts payable user to only one business unit. So how will I give that?
So this reference data set. So basically, if you see
The
this,
role also I have to go and add this reference data set.
yeah, this reference data set we will create only once and we can use it at multiple places.
Okay. So for example, I understand. So for example, I am an AP user. So I wanted, there are two reference data set. I have
Okay.
created two BUs. I have created two reference data sets. One
Okay.
reference data set is KK underscore one, KK underscore two for both. So as an AP user, I want access to, I should be accessing only KK underscore one BU, whereas Abhishek wanted to access only KK underscore two BU. So in that
Okay.
case, how you will assign the roles to me and Abhishek?
So on that case, basically we will assign, we will create two reference data set. One is for the BU1 and the other is for BU2. So I will
Correct.
assign BU1 to you or the reference data set 1 to you and reference data set 2 to Abhishek.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got that. But where we will assign?
When we are customizing the roles, basically we will
Oh,
give,
so which means we have to customize the role.
yeah, correct. So there
Oh,
we
there
will,
is no standard way we can assign this. So if I say I am assigning the
mm,
root role, which is AP supervisor or AP manager. So
okay,
in that root role, if I am assigning to maybe Abhishek, and
okay.
we have 10 business units, so will it automatically give access to the 10 business unit for Abhishek, or by default it takes take
Like
only
basically we
one?
have the standard roles that is given by Oracle. So if we are
Yeah, correct.
using the standard roles, we will have access for all the 10 business unit whichever we have
Exactly.
created.
Okay, that's what I wanted. So if you
Yeah,
take that, you will have access to all the businesses, right?
yeah,
Whereas you have to create a custom.
yeah. Custom role is created only to restrict the user. But in
Okay.
real time, we will need this restriction, right? So that is why we will customize the roles.
Yeah, understood. Understood.
Yeah, okay. So maybe if we see even more setups, we will get this reference data set. So for now, it will help us to group or it will categorize the business unit and link the particular setup and the master data. So I have attached reference data set with the payment terms.
So I have one more doubt.
Yes.
I have payment term as 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
So that 30 days, I have 10 business units.
Okay.
In that, I wanted to assign that payment term 30 to 5 business units.
Okay.
So in that case, what you will do, you have to create that payment terms 10 times and then assign it to each business group.
No, no. We will
Or
create only once. The payment term
Mhm,
will be only one, and we will
mhm.
assign different reference data set. So if you see here, the immediate payment, this has been accessed by different business unit and the different ledgers. Let
Okay.
me show this just 1 minute. So if you
Yeah.
see here, the payment term is only immediate.
Indeed. Correct.
So the setup is one, but if you
Oh,
see
set
here,
assignment. Okay. Here you are doing that assignment. Okay, fine. I
yeah,
got it.
yes,
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. This is clear for me now. Yeah. So which
okay,
means you have an access to payment term or customer everywhere. You can go and keep on adding
yes,
reference.
yes, that's correct.
Okay. Fine.
So in R12, if you see that we will have the financial options, but this financial options here we have taken this as I mean Oracle has taken this as a common option for payables and procurement. The reason is that if you see in R12, we will have financial options in purchasing as well as in AP module. So that is why they have given this naming convention. But apart from that, the setup part and everything, it's similar to what we have it in R12. Like we will only attach the account code combinations.
Okay. Okay. Abhishek, you understood this concept, this uh, business unit and reference data set concept. Hello, Abhishek. Hello.
Yeah, maybe
Ab-
Abhishek, you are mute, I guess.
Abhishek. Hello, Abhishek. Are you on mute? Okay. We'll continue. No problem.
Guys, I'm there. I'm so sorry.
Okay. What you're doing?
I'm sorry, Arun.
Yeah, no problem, not at all.
But Arun,
No, so
you have to be a bit
we
more loud to keep me awake, I feel.
Arun, the way soft he is speaking now, everyone will feel like sleeping only.
No, actually, I'm in this room. If I switch on fan, I mean, you are not getting, so I'm just speaking very feeble.
Okay, because
Yeah,
already we are working there like that, not getting talks. So by the weeks,
okay. Actually, I
automatically
was
arise.
using headphones, but that is not audible, so I'm speaking in speaker, so maybe the voice is little low, I guess.
Okay, so Abhishek, we were asking whether you got the concept of
Yeah. Can you
business.
quickly can you can you quickly summarize, please?
I will tell. So
Mm,
see, currently when you are creating a supplier, for example,
mm,
okay, take the supplier example. When you are creating a supplier, you will create site for it, and every
mm,
market you will assign a site. Correct?
mm,
You will create one site for one market. Kuwait maybe one
mm,
market. You will assign how you will have one site for, let's say, American Eagle brand itself. You have 10
mm,
supplier sites, which is in 10 different market, which is nothing but an operating unit.
mm,
Okay. Same way in in Oracle Fusion, what they are saying is they have a concept of operating unit. Concept is nothing but a business unit. Okay.
mm,
So they have a concept of business unit. So whenever you are creating any site or something like that, you
mm,
have to create business unit, which is something like OU underscore UAE, OU underscore UAE2, something like that. Okay. Currently we have,
mm,
but in future
mm,
also we have to create something like that. But on top of that, you have to assign a reference data set. So with that reference data set, it will be like a security key. So you assign a
mm,
reference data set to that particular BU, and
mm,
then take that reference. So the reference data set can be something like, okay, the business BU name can be BU underscore UAE. Okay,
mm,
reference data set can be RD underscore UAE. Okay, so you have
mm,
created these two, and you assigned this reference data set to a BU.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
and once after you assign, what you will do, you will go and create a supplier. And when you are creating a supplier site, you have to assign that supplier site to a, not to a BU, but to a reference data set, because that reference data set is already assigned to a BU. Currently, when you are creating a supplier site, you will be creating under an OU, but going forward, you will be creating under a reference data set, and that reference data set will be assigned to a business unit.
And
So
can
that's
that
what
reference data set be assigned to more than one BU?
one reference data set can be assigned to more than one. Yeah, that was my when I was having that question. Arun,
Yeah, sorry, come again. Okay. Can you repeat once?
Can one
no,
reference data set be assigned to more
yeah,
than one BU?
one BU.
Yeah, that can be assigned more than one BU, provided we don't have any security issues having attached with multiple BUs.
Okay. So automatically, if there is one site attached to a reference data set, that site gets applicable for multiple BUs, right?
Yeah,
Because you have a,
yes.
Yeah, correct. And one more point, Arun.
Yeah,
One more
yes.
point. Sir. Can I have more than one reference set in a BU?
No, we can have only one reference set for a BU.
Okay, one reference set for a BU, and
Yeah,
that reference set can be assigned to multiple BUs.
yes, correct.
Okay. So yeah, so I think your doubt is clear now, right?
yes, yes, clear.
Okay, fine.
This was quick, Sajesh. What you explained?
Yeah, I could understand because Arun was sharing the screen and showing. That's the reason. And I also understand. So what you are creating now?
So
Payable options.
basically, yeah, so basically we have this financial options in R12. So
Uh-huh.
only the naming
So now,
convention.
now we are going into AP.
No, I mean not completely into AP. To test this budget part, we need the business unit and all those things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for
Okay,
that,
okay.
we are enabling these options.
Okay, but when we go to AP, you will show tell all these things, right?
Yes, yes, correct, correct. Yeah, we will see.
Because these are the mandatory setup. I like. So you have only financial options here. You don't. We in AP we used to have payable option, financial option, and then few one more option was there. What is that? I forgot that.
Yeah, the payment setup, I think.
Yeah, correct. So here it is only one.
No, here also we have, but this is like our financial options. So this manage common options for payable and procurement. So
Okay,
this
okay,
is
okay.
like our financial option.
Yeah, financial option. Okay. And define general payable option is something like a payable option for us.
Yeah, this is like here we will give options for invoice. So mostly whatever the
Oh,
option.
understood, understood. Yeah, I understood. Yeah.
So here if you see, we will give only the options related to invoices.
Yeah, yeah. This is same like a payable option only. Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
But in payable option, we will have even payment option also together, invoice and payment. Here it is separate.
Yeah,
Invoice option separate and
it has
payment
been
option.
separated. So that is the
Yeah.
only difference.
So all AP setups we have to do here.
Like the basic ones, like if we wanted to see in EVS term, so it is financial options, payable option, and payment setups, and the PP, I mean payment process profile.
Okay. So even payment process profile is also a mandatory option in Fusion.
Yeah, this is mandatory, right? Like if we want to make payment, we will need, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'll try to create an invoice. I think payment part we will not need it.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
yeah,
because we can see in the invoice itself, right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
If we have. But did we enable that budgetary control at the subledger level?
No, because we didn't have the business unit earlier, right? So
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll just add the roles to create the invoice.
So Arun,
Yeah, yeah.
after after this configuration, what is next step in GL? You have GL. Anything else?
Yeah, so now we have created the business unit and we have assigned the business unit functions as
No, no,
well.
I'm not saying about the budget part. After budget is over, what else is there in GL?
So in GL, after budget, we will see this financial reporting studio. We
Okay,
will not get into more technical, but for the financial statement generation, how these cubes are being used and how to create a simple report and all those things we will see.
okay, okay, and that will be end of GL.
Sorry, that will be?
That will be end of GL classes. After that, you will go to subledger or anything else is
Yeah,
there.
after we see the financial report and these things, we can move to AP part.
Okay, so is it possible for you to show one, um, in GL the approval enablement, like the journal
Yeah,
approval and all those things. One
yeah,
step.
we can see, no problem.
But do we have a standard approval process, or we have to do a customization like what we have in EAM? Same thing you have to do here.
Yeah, this is similar to our AME configuration. So if you see in EBS, we will
Uh,
just attach the particular employee and we can do our approval. But those processes are not available here in Fusion. So we will have to do this BPM configuration, and from there we can pick this.
so, but BPM configuration for one employee, is it possible for it to do and show how it work?
Yeah, yeah, I'll check that and I'll show the approval part, not an issue.
Yeah, okay, okay. Fine. So this is what you said about assigning that view to a user role.
Yeah, the roles to the user.
Okay. So which means now this accounts payable role will be having access only to KK view.
Yeah, since we are attaching only to the KK business unit, this particular user, Arun, will have access only to the KK business unit.
Okay, 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 okay. So this role itself I can take and I can keep on assigning to this role itself I can take keep on assigning to different users with different views.
Yeah,
Correct?
because this role, if you see, this is an seeded on account payable specialist. So here at
Okay,
role level, we will not have any restriction. So if I want to assign multiple business unit to this particular role, I can assign. So from this list, I can just pick and I can attach to this user so that I
okay,
can
okay,
access
okay.
multiple view as well.
So okay, fine, fine. So which will keep on. You have to keep on adding same role and multiple business unit. You have to keep on attaching.
Yes,
Okay, I
yes,
got it.
correct. Yeah. So in the same page, since earlier we didn't have business unit, we didn't see this option. So this has been hidden. So now since we have the business unit attached to this particular ledger, we are seeing this option. So we have created one business unit. So if you want to enable to the business unit, that we can
Oh, okay,
enable it here.
okay, okay.
So again here, if you want to restrict this particular the budgetary control to a specific functionalities, that we can do it. So like for example here, if we wanted to have,
I mean,
maybe
only
I'll
at the
take,
requisition and the expense management part, it is optional. Remaining part, it is mandatory that it will be enabled.
yeah, if we are enabling the budgetary control, we should enable this option basically. If you see here, this is mandatory.
No, I'm
Like
saying,
it,
I'm saying, yeah, only three: procurement, receiving, and payables invoice is mandatory. Other two
mm,
are optional. If you want to disable, you can disable also requisition and expense management.
yeah, it is like depends on this one. Like just a minute.
Yeah, just click to close that receiving part. Just try to delete that receiving part
This one. Okay, receiving. No, receiving we
below that.
cannot close because we have selected this option.
Selected where?
No, it is
In the view you
automatically
are saying.
selected. So from there it is picking. So maybe I'll click no to this one.
I'm just thinking when you try to, okay, that is transaction details type. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay, fine. You will not be able to say no for this one. Okay. How come? Okay, when requisition you have selected as no.
yeah. Here, if we wanted to give, we can give no or yes for any particular transaction type. So here we have the expenses and destination. So if we don't want to capture or have budgetary control for this expense destination, then we can set this as a no.
got it.
Yeah.
So now after this, if you go and create an invoice, it will. You are saying that it will get, you know, not
Yeah.
created, or it may not get posted or transferred to GL.
Yes, it will restrict us.
So
So
don't we
for
have a payment part?
payment part, in the sense, we have only the invoices. Payment part, we don't have the what do you call, the budgetary control basically.
Yeah.
Only
Okay.
for the invoicing we have this.
So which means I wanted to allow that particular transaction to be created in invoice.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't want to make a payment, so I wanted to restrict at the payment level. After maybe on the next period, I can make a payment. So that is not possible.
Like if we wanted to restrict payment only for this period.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So I wanted to restrict payment only for this period using this budgetary control.
okay,
But I wanted to create invoice, because
okay,
invoice creation I can still create, and I may say that I will keep a payment term as 180 days. So it will be like after 6 months. So by the time we will have a new quarter, and we can have a new budget for that. So we can actually use the payment for we can make payment for all those old invoices which have
okay.
been created past. So that is not possible.
Yeah, I think that we can restrict through this friend authorization payment request. But I haven't seen requirement that we wanted to restrict payment actually. So I haven't used this option. But I believe we can use this option. The requirement what you're saying is possible. Like we can set this as an yes, or if we don't want to use the restriction at invoice level, we can set this option as no. And if we want to restrict at payment level, we can set this option as yes. That is
Okay.
authorization payment request to yes.
Okay, so which means authorization payment request, in the sense it is a PPR
Yeah,
request.
yeah, payment
When we run
process
the
request.
PPR request, at that time it will stop it.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, fine, fine, got it.
yeah. But mostly I have seen like using at invoice level. So this one I haven't tried also actually.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Okay. So similarly, if we wanted to enable for the different transaction that we can give, and if we
Even we
wanted to
can give
have,
for different sources also, transaction source, everything.
yeah, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, transaction source is what transaction. I mean, source in the sense you are saying from third party application
Yeah,
or
yeah, from third party application. Some third
uh,
party application, in the sense, for example, I am taking data from HRMS module, for example,
okay,
or PeopleSoft. So when I'm
okay,
taking it from PeopleSoft, I I will use a transaction source in the interface. So in the interface, what happens is it will come to that PeopleSoft underscore OF or
okay,
diffusion. That is the source which I would have created.
okay.
Okay. So I'm saying that is that possible here? So whatever comes from PeopleSoft application, it should get stopped using this budgetary control method.
No, actually, the source level restriction we don't have for the subledger. We
Oh,
have
this
this.
one, I think this is budgetary control exceptions. So if you wanted to exempt some source from invoice,
Okay,
then you
this
can
one you
give.
are saying, yeah, yeah. If you don't want to, I mean, have what do you call if we don't want to capture or handle this budgetary control, that we can enable it here.
Yeah, yeah. For few of the sources, if you wanted to disable, that can be done.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. And even document, what is this document?
Document is nothing but our this one types of transactions. I'll just take maybe payroll.
Or if you take something like
Yeah,
if you maybe PeopleSoft, then the documents will be like in invoice, credit memo, debit memo. That one you are saying.
yeah, similar to yeah, yes,
Type, which is nothing but a transaction type.
yeah,
Okay, fine. Yeah,
yeah. So
I
if you
got
see
it
here, we
almost.
have time card and the others, like the types of
Yeah.
transaction.
Okay. So
Can
for
you show
example,
that
if the
again?
data is
Yeah,
The
yes.
types of transaction.
Yeah, just I'll just yeah.
Yeah, Sajesh, ask your question.
no, so my question is, if we are taking transactions or AP invoices from for example, purchasing module. Okay.
Okay.
So for purchasing module, what will be the transaction source? You will have to select procurement, Oracle
I
Fusion
mean, for
procurement.
the budgetary control exception, you're saying.
Yeah. In the exception itself, if I
Okay.
say taking that source, now what will be the source for data coming from purchasing module?
Now, for purchasing model, we have specifically here, like if you want to restrict, we can restrict for a particular transaction type itself. I'll just show this one.
Okay.
So purchase
Okay.
order, if you don't want to have the control, maybe we can set the budgetary control to no.
Okay. No, I understand this point, but what I was
Okay.
saying is in the invoice itself,
Okay.
purchase order I wanted to raise it, but I don't wanted to make a payment to an invoice for that purchase order which has been converted to an AP invoice. Okay. So in
Okay.
that point of time, in the payable invoice level, if I wanted to make it, what
Okay.
can I do? So which I will have to take it as
Payable invoice level restriction, I mean, maybe we
I don't
will
think that
have to.
is there transaction is
Yeah,
there
I mean, only the
anywhere.
miscellaneous part we can handle, but apart from that, we have only the transaction type-based control here in this business function part. But apart from that, the exception we can handle here using the transaction source. So basically, for purchasing, if you see here, we don't have the exceptions for purchasing. So since
Yeah.
we have already the
So
requisition
this
and
will be the only source, or we can even have more sources when, see, in EBS hardware, we will create multiple sources based on the system. Third
yeah,
party systems, I will create multiple sources. Like, for example, if I'm having system named as Gold or Ames, I will create my transaction sources invoice underscore Ames, invoice underscore Gold, something like that. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
here also, I can create the custom sources, right?
Yeah, we have lookups for this. I'm not sure the exact lookup name for this one, but we have lookups where we can add the additional sources as well.
Okay, so if I add those additional sources, I just wanted to know whether those sources will come here or not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it will come here.
It will come here. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Fine. And one more point. So if I, in case I wanted to import AP
Okay.
transaction, AP
Okay.
invoice from a third party system. So
Okay.
what can I do in those process? What should I do?
So importing this one actually we will have to configure through this OAC. So that is where we
OAC or middleware we have to use.
yeah middleware product. So this is also one of the middleware. So basically we will use this and we will have to do, but that will not be available in SaaS model. So that will come under PaaS model.
So in SaaS model, if I wanted to import, then what should I do?
We have basically the Excel import, so where it will handle even more than 50,000 records. So that we can use and we can import those invoices. Maybe end of the day, if we wanted to import from the external system to our system, we can just extract an Excel sheet and we can just load through our
No,
this.
but in case if my company they are dealing with let's say 2 lakh transactions every day, but every
Okay.
day we cannot ask them to sit and manually load. Now it should be flowing automatically. So what you're saying in that case, I shouldn't opt for SaaS model only.
Yeah, we should go for PaaS because SaaS model they have lot of restrictions. So we
Okay,
cannot.
so you tell me one thing. In the SaaS model itself, I have taken license for Oracle Fusion, but
Okay.
I am taking a PaaS model for middleware. So in that case, can I take use middleware to insert into this solution? That is not possible.
Yeah, because that is only a product license. Like the middleware, what we are taking is only product license, but application license is different. Like this, we have taken. You're saying SaaS, right? So I mean, I don't think we can integrate with the license for the product and with the application.
No, so I am taking a license for Oracle Fusion, and
Okay.
I have taken SaaS license. So they
Okay.
were saying that okay, they will give all those URLs and everything, and all the infra and everything they will only handle. Okay, we
Yeah.
don't have to handle it.
Yeah.
Back end also database, all the changes they will Oracle will be handling.
Yeah.
I agree to that. So, but there are like 10 different applications. Okay, so
Okay.
we will receive data from 10 different applications to Oracle Fusion.
Okay.
So I have a middleware in place, which I have taken license for, PaaS solution. I have middleware,
Okay.
so I can change the XSD file. I can change the ODI. I can do anything in that middleware part. Okay.
Okay.
In case if I'm taking ODI as a middleware, I can do a mapping. I can do a transformation. I can ETL tool. I will do whatever I want from the
Okay.
source system. But I wanted to put that data into Oracle Financials. So to put the data uh, in current scenario, what we do, we just populate it directly into the staging table or into the interface table. If it is an out of the box vanilla implementation, we will insert into interface. If it is a custom integration, we will insert into staging.
Yeah.
So going forward, if I am going to integrate IBM Sterling system to Oracle Financials, or
Okay.
maybe retail merchandising system with Oracle Financials. So
Okay.
can I use a middleware in between to populate data into Oracle Financials SaaS product, or it is not possible? That's my question.
No, like the way if we can handle that way, then that will break our past model, right? So that is why they have control. So this is like we have taken the license for EBS, and if we are taking maybe license for another middleware product, and if I wanted to use it, so if you are having it on the enterprise, I mean on-premise enterprise, so that we
Mm-hmm.
can use it. Since we have the cloud platform,
Mm-hmm.
I think we will have a lot of restriction because to build an integration, first of all, we need to know, we need to build the staging table and all those things. But for that itself, we will not get the complete access for the from the database set. So for this,
No,
we
I don't wanted to use a staging table. I wanted to directly populate my interface. I mean, I'm not going to do any data validation. I will tell that I will populate direct standard interface table in Oracle Cloud. So that is also not possible. They may not give the host and all those things.
yeah, that
Those
is what I was
details.
trying to say. Like the basic link between the Fusion application database and the one which we are trying to connect needs to be given by Oracle. So they will ask us to take the pass model because in SaaS they have even restricted us to see all the tables or do an update
Okay, so
or
if we
anything.
take, yeah, if we take pass model, just
Okay.
tell me, do we get an access to query the database, and then insert some data, all those things? Do we get access?
Yeah, pass model it is possible.
So pass model means they will give access to the backend with read write access, so that I can just if I wanted to insert some data into the backend table, I can do that through a
Yeah, yes.
middleware or.
Like the inserting in the sense like if we are integrating from different application, it is like an inserting a new record from the different application instead of directly giving an entry in the front end. So that is possible basically in the past
Okay, so
model.
in pass model itself, I have one more question. Can we create custom tables like a staging table
Custom
in custom
table,
staging?
I mean, I will have to check. Maybe I'll check and confirm. Custom
Yeah,
table or
just check
not.
this point.
Yeah,
Whether in pass model, if I'm taking a pass model, I will be able to connect and transfer the data and all. But is it possible I can first question is, will I be getting a right access into the database?
yeah,
Second question is, if I get a right access, can I create a table, staging table? And if I get to create a staging table, can I put some program to validate the data in the staging table to interface? So all those things are possible or not? That's what I want to know.
yeah. So I think the link and the details, whatever we want, we will get it. This I know, but The creation of the custom table, I think possible, but still I'll take this question and I'll get clarified and I'll update you.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can we close the call for today? It is, I think, almost 7. I mean, 1.5 hours. So
Okay.
Yes.
we will.
Okay, fine, no problem. So next
Yeah,
class maybe we
this one
can.
we understood. So
Okay.
anyway, I don't think you have to show. We can now go back to the GL part. This we
Okay.
understood. If you do all this configuration, then obviously next step is you are going to create an invoice and it
Yeah.
will stop. But invoice section you will cover in the AP part, right? So I
Yeah.
don't think we wanted to see that now. Maybe
Okay.
we can do the same setup at the time of invoice creation and then we will check.
Okay, fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Abhishek, you have anything else?
No. It's fine.
Okay, okay, fine
Thank you,
then.
Arun. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Arun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.